Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
voices.
Voices. So today we have a special guest. She is coming all the way from California, United States, but she's originally from the Philippines, and she will be joining us in a few minutes. But first, let's introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama. I reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I work in the movie industry and I'm a digital business owner.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I'm originally from Mexico, but I live in North Carolina, USA. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandma, and I work for the school system as a teacher assistant. And I'm also a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Isabel. Um, we also want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinar. So it happens every Tuesday and every Thursday at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to watch tonight's live webinar, here are the hosts and panelists for tonight. So the host for tonight is going to be Tina. She's a retired business development manager. Then we have Tao and Hoan An. They are a general manager and real estate investor. We also have Zun. Uh, she is a sustainability professional. And then we have Olivia, a registered nurse and mom of twins.
Okay, we also have Vivian, a former educator, uh, Giannaline, a reflectionologist, um, Rajeswari, an IT professional, and Steve, a truck driver, and Emily, a former executive secretary. So you can watch our live webinar tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Um, just register on one of our websites so you can get the link to watch the live webinar, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Isabel. Okay. So just want to mention that our live webinar is available also in with subtitles in 5 languages. So that's English, Spanish. Well, no, not English is well, it's already there, but Spanish, French, Vietnamese, Tagalog, and Arabic. And the replays, if you cannot make it for tonight's live webinar, you can catch the replay, and it's available with subtitles in any language. So let's bring our guests to the studio. Hi, Florence. Thank you for coming.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for so much for letting me joining in this interview.
Thank you so much. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the world you came from. My name is Florence Baltazar. I'm originally live in the Philippines and but currently living right now at here in California, USA. I live in Central Valley of California. I'm a mother of three beautiful girls, a wife, and a nurse by profession, and a proud digital entrepreneur.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go with the first question.
Okay, Florence, the first question is, can you share a bit about your background and what inspired you to explore the digital business world?
So, like I said, I introduced myself a while ago. I'm a wife, a nurse, and a nurse by profession, a full time nurse by profession, and a proud digital entrepreneur. Um, so, what's inspired me to explore the digital business world? The ability to work from anywhere and design my schedule around my priorities, like my family and personal interests. What's my really biggest why I joined this business? Because I knew that this digital business allow more flexibility compared to traditional like 9 to 5 job business, which makes me easier to balance my life and work. I wanted to create a life where I could spend more time with my family, while also providing financial security. The flexibility of a digital business fits perfectly with my goal, allowing me to build something sustainable that support both my career aspiration and my family life. That's the reason why, and inspired me why I joined or explored this digital business world.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, and I agree with you. Just having that flexibility to work from anywhere, especially for us parents, is a blessing for us because we can, work from the park, we can work from school if the kids have like after school
Yeah.
activities. Um, and for us immigrants, it's also important that the portability of the business, because we can go back home, visit the family, and still run our business from over there. So compared to a traditional business, is a big benefit that we have, because we don't have to stop working. We can work all the time as long as we have our phone and internet. So that's the beauty of this business, just being able to work from anywhere around the world.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, sorry, my voice is not working today. The flexibility is one of the key things that that I also love about the business, and I think a lot of people, that's what they're looking, to find something that goes with their personal life, their personal schedule. So being able to incorporate, the business within the activities that they have, where they can, it's a gain that you gain with this business. And like you mentioned, the portability of the business, I love to
Yeah.
travel, and that was another thing that I was looking in this business, the be able to have my business and carry with me, and that's
Yeah.
something that, with a traditional store you cannot do. You have to have someone there watching it, and
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't really
Yeah.
for me. I was looking for something, like I can carry with me. And I love to travel, with my parents. So be able to go, to Panama, which is where I'm from, and visit our family there, and I don't have to, I can carry my business with me. And I don't have to worry, like I have to go back, and have something. And the other thing, um be able, especially for parents, to have that flexibility and be there, for all the events of the kids, and be present in their lives. So I think that's one of the important things that this business will allow them to do that, and not missing any milestones. So yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
right.
so let's go with the second question. Why do you think it's important to have a side hustle alongside the monthly salaries from our daily grind?
So, a side hustle provides additional income stream, offering a safety net in case something happens to my full time job. As of now, I'm a full time. I have a full time job and also as a per diem job. So, the reason why I'm doing that because I want to sustain more like beside having a full-time job just in case something happen, I can save her back up. So this my digital business, it's important to have this side hustle because this make give me extra cash flow for can help cover there's some emergencies and then also reduce my income and building more savings faster. I want to prepare for my future and myself and my family. I don't want to rely on just a single source of income because sometimes it can be risky because what happened if something's happened to you, I mean to myself. Like there's times one happened to me one time when I give birth with my daughter. I have unfortunately happened that they need to send me to as soon as I give deliver my daughter vaginally, they need to send me to operating room and I wake up at ICU. So that's when I was able to go through and that process. That's really like it's a wake up call to me that I'm not supposed to just rely on one business. I want to have a side hustle just like gonna protect me and to protect my family, my futures of the family also. Having side hustle helps diversify income streams, making you less vulnerable to economic downturns, layoff, and industry changes. Like it really helps me, like just scared, not to be scared. Like if I get laid off to my job, so if I get like sometimes too, like if you they don't give you much hours on your work, sometimes they call you off because you don't have that much, we don't have patience. So there's tendencies like that. So having side hustles will helps me to have that money all the time, to have that I'm not too scared that like I'm not gonna work that much because I don't I'm not gonna work that much because I have money already set aside. So
Mhm.
this is the reason why I have a side hustle. It's really important, alongside with the monthly salaries from our daily work or greed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I I totally agree with you. I think a lot of people would relate to what you're saying. Um, unfortunately, nowadays, like a lot of jobs, there is uncertainty on the jobs. We also see the inflation of the that is happening. For example, like if you take a look at how much you were spending before on groceries and how much you're spending now, you can see it's the double, you know. And this is just now. So
Yeah,
imagine as we progress, like layers more, a few more years, it's gonna be even more. And the thing is, like, the salaries also are not keeping up with that, with inflation.
yeah,
So that makes it even harder for a lot of people, especially parents, that they need to provide for their family, that sometimes they need to have like two, three jobs, sometimes four jobs, in
yeah,
order to be able to provide for the family. So, like you mentioned, having a side hustle is important because that will be kind of like your plan B for any emergencies that might happen. Like you mentioned, for you it was a wake up call when you were in the hospital, because yeah, you never know what could happen to you, or even if something happened, like you were not expecting something in the house that you need to fix and you didn't expected that, and now you have that expense. Um, so having a safety net is important, like you mentioned, and the extra cash flow, because having that extra cash flow, it helps you with all the expenses that you have, and like you mentioned, also saving for the future. And the funny thing is, like a lot of people when join the business, this is their plan B. You know, they see it as a plan B, but eventually, as they progress on the business, their plan B becomes their plan A. So that's what we actually are aiming, to have that financial stability. And um, this, having a side hustle is very important, because, you're preparing for the future of yours and your family,
yeah,
by having this side hustle, especially, on this business, that it has that legacy plan that you can leave to your family, your kids,
yeah,
and all that. So yeah, I agree that it is very important nowadays to have that, especially how everything is in the world.
yeah,
Yeah, especially like parents, like when you have kids, you want to make sure that you have that safety nest. You want to make sure that you have that plan B or a savings or something in case something was to happen to your job or to yourself. Because, like you said, what if we have health problems and we can go to work? Then what was going to happen with the bills, with the groceries, and the rent?
mm-hmm.
So it's important to have that plan B in place before you need it, because um, you don't want to be doing things last minute, because then you're going to be very stressed out about not having that plan B in place beforehand.
Yeah,
And as far as that, I think we all come in the business looking for a side hustle, looking for a plan B. But then once we're in here and we see the potential this business has and how much we enjoy doing the business, I think we all end up turning this to our plan A, just
mm-hmm.
because we enjoy it so much, and we, benefit not only personally but financially so much that we want to keep this as our plan A, because it has everything that we need. I mean, who doesn't want to work for themselves? Who doesn't want to have their own schedule, wake up at their own time instead of having an alarm clock, or deciding where to work from every morning? So I think it's very important to have a plan B in place, but it's also important to have and to do something that you enjoy doing, something that
Yeah.
you look forward to every day instead of dreading to go to work every day. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go with the third question.
okay, next question for you, Florence, is how do you balance your family, work, and online business?
So at first, I have a clear priorities. So family first. Family commitments are non-negotiable. Of course, this is really important to me. This include the time with my children, family meals, or attending important events, ensuring these are keeps my family relationship strong. So the next two, how next one, it was is I create a schedule. So I do have a calendar with me all the time that I always have with me. I use time blocking to allocate specific hours in the day of each area, like family, work, and my online business. Like I said, I have a calendar that I follow every day and very consistent to follow the schedule for me to be a productive as a mother, wife, and digital entrepreneur. This really helps me also to stick to a routine. Developing routine, like I need to wake up early in the morning to work on my online business. Um, and then this helps me to everyone in my family know what to expect. Like if they knew also in this room where I usually this is like where my laptop and my phone, where if they knew already I'm this room, they already knew that I'm working on my business. So I dedicate, like I said, I dedicate every morning, or sometimes if I don't have chance in the I don't wake up in the morning, I um I do my online business in the evening, while keeping my family time for weekends and creating hours in the day with them. So this is how I balance my time to my family, to work, and my online business.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing that. And I couldn't agree with you more. Having or managing your time, having a calendar in place, knowing that the times that you have set for business, family, and work is very important, because otherwise you're going to be all over the place and you're going to
Yeah.
feel overwhelmed. So,
Mm-hmm.
something that I really like that you said, and I think I do that all the time too, but I like the way you said it. Family time is not negotiable. And
Yeah.
that's it. We come to this business looking for something better for our family, looking to have quality time with the family, trying to be present as a parent, as a wife, or whatever. And so, we got to work this business at its schedule and have family time. you know for me, it's a priority. Like, my family is always first thing. If I have anything to do with them, with my parents, with my kids, and they have something important going on, they're gonna be first. And then, like you said, wake up really early in the morning and run my business, or do it really late at night, before I go to bed. So, I'm doing this business for my family, and I always say that. So I just have to make sure that I have my time set where I'm not running into my family time and doing my business more than I'm taking care of them. But I really did like that word that you use. Family time is not negotiable. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to add also, you mentioned, the keeping a routine, be consistent, have
Mhm.
that discipline, and I think that's very important because, once you have something established, everyone, already know, like, okay, this time is for my mom's to work, so I have to let
Mhm.
her work, setting up those boundaries. And so you communicate with your family, and so they understand, when it's time to spend time with them, you're gonna be with them. When it's time for your business, you're gonna be with your business, and when it's at work, um, so having that balance and that discipline, really helps uh, to be able to have that balance,
Mhm.
but because if you don't have that, like you mentioned before, it can be a little bit overwhelmed, because you're like
Yes.
bouncing from here, from there, and then
There, yeah.
you really don't have that structure, and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
time management is one of the keys to be
Yes.
able to succeed in this business. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next question. So, were you skeptical at first? And what would you say to those who are skeptical or on the fence about starting?
Yes, I am very. I mean, at first I'm really skeptical. I when I sign up, I told my mentor that okay, I want to sign up, and then later and I back up. Then I went back again because I'm really start thinking about it. It's part of the process of joining in our business to be skeptical because like it's you have to be skeptical. You need to do your part to do the research if this business is for you. What would I say to those skeptical or on the fence about starting this business? Start now, learn as you go. Waiting for the right time often leads to endless delay. There will always be the uncertainties, but starting now gives you advantage to learn and adjust along the way, which is before when I started it, I'm not tech savvy. I don't really I use Canva, but I don't really hardly use it.
Mm-hmm.
But like right now, I was doing it like as I'm going through this business, I learning it, and then we have a lot of people from the community that help us. And then also, when I never do these interviews, also this really helps me to be like for my personal growth, going go lives. I'm even scared also before, but now I'm doing it. So it's you start now, and you, like I said, learning and adjusting along the way. The best way to gain clarity is through actions, not waiting. You do it. Don't just wait to just do it. So you start with small steps. You don't need to start big right away. Taking a small step, managed steps, can ease you into the process. Start something simple and grow from there, and momentum builds in with action. So like you started really small, and then like you keep on adding it and adding it, and learn the process also of the business. And if you have some you learn, like I said, you learn from your mistakes and you go from there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the one. For those who are skeptical and fans about starting, start now. Don't be skeptical like me before.
Yeah. Thank you for that, sharing for that. And I think you're not the only one. There's a lot of people. Well, one is because they're skeptical for several reasons. It could be, because they got scammed before, and also there's so many scam online businesses there, and for others is the doubt, the self-doubt on themselves, thinking, am I going to be able to do this business? I don't have any I'm not very tech savvy. I don't have the knowledge to do this business. Am I capable? Those questions that
Yeah,
like you mentioned, you wanted to do it, but then you back up because you feel a little bit insecure to go, but then you knew that you needed to do this in order to change,
yeah,
and take action. So that's the fear that we have sometimes, taking that leap of faith, to change, our life, because um, we don't know if we're capable of doing that. But the truth is, anyone is capable when you put your mind on it.
mhm,
It's just as matter, like you mentioned, taking small steps, learning, is one of the first things that you're gonna do. So learn little by little, all the stuff that you need to learn, and then it's practice, 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 practice. That's how it makes better, and that's how
yeah,
you also overcome your fears. Because many of us, I'm one of them. I didn't like to be in front of the camera, but I had to overcome my fear to be in front of the camera, because
yeah,
that's the only way that we can get in touch with the audience. They get to know us, who we are, and also, they get to know about the opportunity that we're sharing with them. So yeah, so you mentioned a lot of things, being skeptical. Start now, yes. That's the only way. If you stay in the same place where you are, nothing is gonna change. You're gonna still be in the same place. So uh, take the leap of faith, take action. Find out about the business. Ask questions. But yeah, you need to take that step because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to find out, if this business is for you or not. Um, but you gotta take action, like you mentioned, Florence. And once you see that, and overcome your fears, because everyone is capable. We have people from 18 years old all the way to 85 that I'm aware. So if an 85-year-old person can do,
Can do it.
being tech savvy, anyone can do it. Okay,
Yeah.
they took a leap of faith, to be able to change their life, to have more financial stability, for them and for their family. So they're learning, all the technology that is new to them.
Yeah.
Uh, so if they are doing it, you can do it too. So don't be afraid. Take that leap of faith, believe in yourself, because that's one of the first things. You gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta have that why you're doing this. Because if you don't have a strong why, it's gonna be hard for you to be able to start and take action. You gotta have a why. So if your why is your family, do it for your family. Many of us, we have a family, so our family is important. So we do it what we have to do for our family. Do you want to add something, Isabel, or?
Yeah, I just, I think Florence already said it, but a lot of times we want to know everything before we start. And I wasn't skeptical, at the beginning. I was doubtful. I was like, I don't know that I can do all that. I wanted to, I liked everything about the business, but I didn't think I was capable of doing it because, like she said, I wasn't tech savvy. I wasn't doing social media, and all those things seemed very scary to me at the beginning. But I didn't really stop there. I took action and I learned as I went. So don't wait for the perfect day. Don't wait for the perfect time, because a lot of times we're like, nah, first I'm gonna take a course on this and I'm gonna learn that before I start. You don't have to know anything to come into
Mhm.
the business, because our training is so well detailed that you're going to learn everything you need to know about this business in here. You don't have to go anywhere else and learn before you
Mm-hmm.
start the business. And don't worry so much about trying to know everything. You will learn as you go. So just take action, and then you'll be happy and grateful that you did it, because once you are in here, once you learn how to do everything, you're going to have fun, you're going to love it, and you're going to be like, why didn't I take this step before? So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the next question.
okay, so next question. what do you how do you keep yourself motivated during challenging times?
So I reflect on my why I started my journey in the first place. So I go back. What's the reason why I joined this? So the reason why I joined this because of my family, and so it reminded myself the core reasons can ignite motivations during difficult times. There's times really you struggle, like it's really, especially times being full time at work and full-time parents also, it's really struggle. But like I said, I'm going back to my um why I started this journey. That's really motivate me to go back to my routine. View setbacks or challenges are learning experience rather than a failure.
Mhm.
So I usually ask myself, what can I learn from this situation? So adapting a growth mindset helps keep me motivated to look forward. Remind myself that challenges are part of any journey, or my journey. Overcoming them build a resilience, which is crucial for long-term success in business, in my business, and I mean in the business and my life. That's how I motivate myself to keep on going during challenges of times. Again, I go back to my big why I started this business.
Mhm. Thank you so much for that. And yes, that's the one thing that's gonna keep us going. You know, we have to keep that in mind. Like every time we fear or we feel doubtful and we feel like we can't do it anymore, and we feel like um, down, we got to think about why did we start this business to begin with? What is the reason? And that reason is going to give you the motivation to keep going, because you started this business because you wanted something better for you and
Mhm.
for your family. So always keep that in mind. And yes, we're going to make mistakes, and yes, we're not going to do things perfect the first time, but practice makes, perfect. So if you make a mistake, always learn something from that. Always look at, okay, how can I do it better next time? It doesn't have to be like, mistakes are not negative. You can always find something positive in a
Yeah.
mistake and take that as a learning lesson. So, at the beginning, like I said, I didn't know anything about the business. I wasn't tech savvy. I didn't know anything about social media, and I couldn't tell you how many times I made mistakes and how many times I had to reach out to other people to ask them, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, and it's not working. So tell me step by step, or help me how to do it. And that's the way you learn. You just have to, be persistent. You really have to be persistent if you want to grow in this business.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to give up very soon. And when I first started doing lives, go lives, oh, that was painful. That was like, I don't know. My biggest fear was just being in front of a camera. And the first time I tried to go live, I couldn't. I don't know how many times or how many minutes it took me to finally press the go live button, because I was like, okay, I'm ready. And I was like, no, I'm not. So I finally decided to go. But as soon as I saw myself in the camera, I was like, I can't. My words couldn't come out. I was like, I felt like my heart was gonna come out of my mouth. And so, I stopped the go live and I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this. It's very important to know too that, you do your stuff at your own pace. Don't try to rush anything. The time will come when you're ready for the next step. And yes, sometimes you have to like kind of push yourself to start doing something. But once you start doing it, you're gonna be comfortable. Like we always say, get yourself uncomfortable to be comfortable. So if you don't push yourself to do that next step, you're never gonna go past that. So sometimes you really have to push yourself to do that. But as far as the training and other stuff, just go at your own pace. You're not racing anybody. It's just the things that you can do, because we all have different time. Our schedules are different, our family is different, our life situation is different. So just do what really works for you, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add also, another thing that, it keep many of us motivated besides, our big why is the community,
Mhm.
which is another support that we get. And also the masterminds that we get to
Mm-hmm.
watch every week. Because, a lot of times, when we're going through some struggles, we think, our struggles are really bad. When we get to hear the testimonials from other members of the community, that now, they reach their milestone and we see their journey, we realize that, their journey was even worse than ours. So if they made it and they managed to, to reach their goals, we can do it too. And
Mhm.
that keep us motivated to keep going. So yeah, get plugged in into the system, into the business. It really helps you to keep that motivation on to watching the masterminds every week, um, be in touch with the community, and the why is also the main one. in addition to the other ones. Okay, so the next question. What are some key lessons you have learned since starting your online business?
The key lessons that I learned since starting my online business, um, as our digital business worlds evolves rapidly, so keeping learning about new trends, tools, technologies that can help my business grow. This could mean staying updated with the digital marketing. So that means like I'm going more like on Canva, or like I don't only use one platform when I was doing my content. I'm going also some different content. Also, going out in my comfort zone, my biggest lesson. This is really the personal growth that I've been have. Like you said, like going live, it's one of my biggest fear of all time.
Mhm.
It is really my biggest fear. And then when I joined to a group that like really that's like it's a challenge for us to go live every day, this
Mhm,
really pushed me out of my comfort zone and helps me to grow as a person. Now I can do it. I don't have no more fear no more. I always just turn on my camera. I go right away to
Mhm.
go live, and then boom, and just answer all the questions that other people or other business partners questions or leads questions. So I can able to do it already without any hesitation, without any being scared. Um, Also, so another one key lessons that I learned is build relationship with our fellow online business partners. Networking is just an online, as it is important in our digital world as in as offline. Engaging with them all the time and connecting with them, building relationships, it's key influencers or partners in our industry. It's really important to connect with our community, and
mhm.
not only our mentees, other people we in other people also in our community. The way we can get them some insights, some like lessons, advices to keep our business grow. So, and another one lesson also, it's always being consistent
Mhm.
every single day. Show up on my online business every day. Don't I mean, even though like you always like some days are challenging, I
Mhm.
try to do as much as I can to be on top with it, to be with show up every day in the business. So this was all the lessons I learned since I'm starting the online my online business, I mean our online business.
Thank you so much. Yes, you gave a lot of lessons. Yeah, and we all go through the same lessons, in this journey. Like you mentioned, keep learning about trends and tools, and that's true. Because you gotta keep up with the what's going on out there. All the technologies, how to make your life easier. Because these new apps, they make your life easier, so they save you time. So take advantage of that. Learn about those tools. See what's um, we are in the online business, so we gotta check, okay, what is working for some people, and it's not that we're copying them, because um, we don't we if we copy the other person, it might not work for us. But what you have to do is take
Yeah.
the idea and then modify it to your business, to who
Yeah.
you are, and that's like taking some strategies and use those strategies for that. The other thing you mentioned, keep up with your business, showing up every day, and that, yes, um it's sometimes, it might be hard, but you gotta show up every day. Like you mentioned before, be consistent. You gotta be there every day on your business, because if you don't show up for your business, that's gonna say something about when people going through your business page and they see, oh, there's like 5 days that she wasn't here. So they notice that. um the other thing, going out of your comfort zone. Yes, and I think this is something that many of us, we have been going out of our comfort zone in different ways, because for us, it's the lies, but for other people, just being able to manipulate the computer, and be able to use the computer, that was a challenge for them, and that was getting out of the comfort zone to be able to use a computer to do the business. They had to do it. So yeah, getting more comfortable. So practice, practice, practice. That's one of the things that you also mentioned, to become better. So that's how you overcome, now that you can go live and no problems. It's just practice, practice, practice. um, Building relationship with business owners, that's another one. Yes.
Mhm.
Like for example, right now we are collaborating with each other. The three of us, we have our own business, but we are here. We got together with this life, to share our experiences, with the audience. So we are collaborating together. So yeah, it's very important to mingle with other business owners, because that's how we can collaborate. Like right now we're doing live, but it could also be like you mentioned, collaborating with ideas, or
Mhm.
things that you might not know. You can ask them and they can answer to you. And because we are a global community, you have that global support 24/7, because you can ask anyone around the globe and someone will answer to you. And then you get
Mm-hmm.
a new connection, a new friendship, because a lot of um, because of that, we create so many new friendships, and it's nice when you get to see them in person, and when you go to the conventions and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, the other one is, um, yeah, keep up with the business and keep up with the trending. I think we touch up everything. Yeah, you
Yeah.
pretty much did everything what you say. So it's very good. Thank you so much for sharing with the audience. Okay, so we're gonna go with the next question.
Okay, next question is where do you see your business in the future, and what advice would you give to someone just starting out?
So, what do I see my business in the future? So, I'm enjoying the fruit of my hard work. I have freedom financially and have more time spent with my family. I already achieved the dream that I'm dreaming when before I start this online business. And one advice I would give to someone who's starting out, one of my goals is to have a positive impact, not just to my fellow business owners, but also within the community. So, my advice to a person that someone starting out to be going out, like to go to the training, like go do it, like really like learn it, like the training, and then when you learn the training, you create um create educational content that develops. I mean, if you already learned that training, you can able to they can able to answer. It's like, for example, is there's some questions from our leads or from our buyers. There's, you can able to help them also. You can able to go help them through, like if they're tech savvy, you can help them like using the computer, using some different platforms that we have, not only, even not only Facebook, whatever platform they wanted to use. So
Mhm.
learn the system, learn the training. That's the advice that I can give to you, to one who's starting out. And like another one, one advice too is like always reach out to the community, especially your mentors, your coaches. They're there to help you step of the way. Sometimes there are times that they're gonna answer you right away. Just be patient, and if you don't get the answer right away, get some other help, or go. We're still using Flack until, is it next January, right, next year. So
Yes.
Flack is really the best, one of the best sources that you can get. Or like other people said, Google it. If you don't really know the answer, Google is my best friend. So that's one
Or
of the
YouTube.
one of the advice. And then every um also like mastermind, this I make it like, before I don't really know why we need to go to the mastermind every single week. And then when I do it, and then I watch it, I always watch it the replay in the beginning, and then later on when I watch every single week, you really get all the learn that apply to the business. You get it from the mastermind. It's really good that dedicate yourself to watch the mastermind as much as you can, if you can do it live. But if you cannot, you watch it replay every single week. This because this will help you to grow your business and to be succeed in this business.
Thank you so much. And yes, I agree with you. We have to really treat this as a business and not as a hobby. You can't just pretend that your business is going to work just because you joined the business. It's not going to work by itself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. And you have to find the tools and resources, because everything is in the training. But if you don't do the training, if you don't really ask for information, you're not going to have the answers. So you really have to stay plugged in into the business to really know how it works. And yes, like you said, you have to like go to the masterminds. And I was the same way you were. At the beginning I wasn't really going to the masterminds live. I always, tried to watch the replays, and I wasn't really watching all the replays. What I did at the beginning, I looked to see which ones I wanted to learn about, but then it wasn't as motivating as it is when you go to a live
Yeah.
webinar, a live mastermind, because when you're there with all the other people, and the presenters are live, it feels more motivating. They inspire you, and you're like getting all this information, all these golden nuggets that they're giving you. And if you take notes and apply them to yourself, then you're gaining stuff, along the way. So it's very important to do that. And something else that you said, you have to be patient when you first start the business. Just you have to be patient, because
Yeah.
at the beginning it gets a little overwhelming, especially if you're not tech savvy, especially if you don't do social media and you're trying to learn the business and how to do that too. Then it gets a little too much at the beginning. But that's where you have to apply the patience, and always remember your why did I start this business. And believe me, there's people from all kinds of backgrounds, all cultures, different languages and stuff. Some people that at the beginning, when we first started the business, we only had it in English. Some people didn't even know that much of English. They knew basic English, but they knew they had a big why, and they learned how to do this business. So if they can do it, we can do it too. Like Sandy said earlier, we have people, as young as 18 years old, and as,
Oh, I think.
80 some years old. So you're not too old and you're not too young to start this business.
Mm-hmm.
Take action and start doing it.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. So the last question, any last words of wisdoms for our viewers?
So my last words of wisdom to my viewers, another important point is to embrace the mindset of learning by doing. You'll never have all the answers at the start, and that's okay. What matters is that you take action, experiment, and learn from your experience as you go. Lastly, I always remember to stay aligned with my core values, like being consistent, being show up every day, building a business that reflects my personal beliefs and passions. Not only make the process more rewarding, also attracts my like-minded business owners who resonate with my mission to be flexible, have a financial flexibility and time freedom with my is to spend more with my family. So this is the last wisdom I want to share to my viewers. Thank you so much, Sandy, for letting me in or letting me join with you this afternoon. I know this in the morning, there's a little bit confusion a while ago. I was gonna able to do it, but I was really busy driving my mom to um, her appointment. So that's why I said I am so sorry I couldn't do it. So
No, no
again,
worries.
thank you so much, Sandy, for letting me in today.
No, no problem. Thank you for accepting, um, the invitation. Okay, so we're gonna do a little recap of what we have taught today. So we're gonna start with, at the beginning. She shared her background. She's a nurse, and what inspired her to explore the digital business world. So she mentioned, the flexibility to have as a parent, the portability of the business. Also, we touch about what the important to have a side hustles. Um, Besides, what you the income that you have, and she mentioned about the safety net. It is important additional income. Preparing for the future, or it's good to have this diversify income streams and prepare for any economic downturn, because you never know what could happen. I mean, we had a good example of that during the pandemic. So yeah, you need to be prepared. So it's very important to have a side hustle, or plan B, that eventually can become your plan A. um, the other thing that we touched was, about balancing, life, family, work, and the business. And she mentioned, that, for her, her family is first. So that's her first priority. So she organized, the rest bit around that. For her, it's very important, because she want to be able to build that strong relationship with her family. So she utilized the calendar. She say that you need to be consistent, and keep that routine, and that discipline to be able to have those that system in place. Um, the next one, we talk about skeptical. If she was skeptical, she did mention that she was skeptical, but I think it's also, like the doubting at first. Like some of us, become, are we capable of it? So the advice that she gave to those who are skeptical or on the fence, she says, start now. Um, the If you don't take action, it's gonna delay the action, and you might never take action then after that. um, so um, Learn now. We have so many tools and resources. If you take that leap of faith, so it's not like you're gonna be alone. You have the community support, you have the tools that you need to do the business. And like we mentioned, anyone from 18 to 85 years old can do this business. You just need to have that strong mindset, and know your why you're doing it. That's one of the important things. But yeah, take action, and do it, small steps, to be able to achieve what you want. And because the moment builds the action, so you gotta take that step. Like if you are thinking now of change, do it. Because if you're still thinking, you're never gonna do it. You always say, I'm gonna do it later, I'm gonna do it later, and the time's gonna pass and you're never gonna do
I'm
it.
gonna do it.
And when
Yes.
you wake up, it's gonna be too late. So um take action now if you can, because we're talking about your family, that you want to change yours and your family. So especially, the other question that we talk about was, we ask her, what keep herself motivated during the challenges time. And the same thing, it comes back to her why, her family. That's her main motivation. you know because when it comes to difficult times, that's her family's on her mind. Like, I gotta keep working, I gotta keep pushing myself, because I wanna build that stability for my family. I wanna be there for them. So and she also mentioned, challenges are not something negative. A lot of people see them, like, for example, like a negative thing, or like failures, being negative, but there's always a positive side. This is when mindset comes in, because every negative thing has a positive side, but it all depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
So the obstacles that you see, or the challenge that you see, like she mentioned, ask yourself, okay, why did I learn from this mistake? How can I improve? um, what is the solution that I can do? or there must be a reason why this happened, but there's always something positive. The other thing that she mentioned, going out of the comfort zone, you know if you stay in the same place, nothing is going to change. So you got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to start thinking outside of the box too. um, and she also mentioned about building relationships, with the members of the community, because that's how you keep growing. You share knowledge with each other. You do collaboration like we're doing right now. So um, it really helps to mingle with other business owners, because that's the great thing that we have in this community. We all have the same like mindset, and that really helps when you're doing a business, because it push you forward. They motivate you, so they're there for you. The other things that she mentioned is, well, those were some of the key lessons that you learned. And now we're gonna go into where does she see her business in the future, and what advice would she give to someone starting out. I missed that at the beginning, that part, because I had to step out. But I saw some of the key points that you were giving to them, and you were saying be patient. And
Mhm.
that's something that I learned about this business. Like, I thought that I had patience, but this business has taught me, I needed to work on my patience more, even more. So yes, for the people that want to start the business, you have to learn how to have patience, and patience in different ways. Patience,
Mhm.
with the business, because your journey, it doesn't take right away. It takes some time. Some people, it goes faster. Some people is slow. So just enjoy your journey. That's what you got to enjoy, your journey. But yeah, be patient with other people too. Be patient with the technology, because sometimes we get
Yeah.
frustrated with technology, internet and all that, or the computer, it's so slow. Yeah, be patient with yourself too.
Yeah, be patient because it's a process at the end. You're going through
Yes.
a
Yeah.
process, you're learning, so you have to be patient.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then ask questions. Yes. Whenever you don't understand something, ask questions, because that's the only way you're gonna get answered. And then, if you don't hear from anybody, Google it. Google it or use YouTube. I like to use YouTube too. Uh,
Oh yeah.
and then,
Forget about YouTube.
yeah, and masterminds. Watch masterminds, because that's how you get plugged in into the system. Masterminds. Every week we have a new business owner story, so we get to hear their story, their journey, and that keeps us motivated. Um, so yeah, get plugged in into the system. So the last one, she gave the last word, the wisdom for the viewers. So she say, embrace the mindset by learning and doing it, by doing it. Take action and learn as you go. Also, build a building that reflects your mission. And I totally agree with that, because people are going to relate to what you believe. So that for her, is financial and flexible time, to be able to have for her family. So if you want um, to register for tonight, well, it's already started. But if you want to catch the replay for the live webinar, here are the hosts and panelists for tonight. So we have Tina, the host for tonight. She's a retired business development manager. We also have Tao and Juan An, um, general manager and real estate investor. We have Soon, sustainability professional, and Olivia, a registered nurse and a mom of twins.
Okay, we also have Vivian, a former educator, Janaline, a reflexionologist, Rajeswari, a IT professional, Steve, a truck driver, and Emily, a former executive secretary. So the live webinar is already on. It just started 2 minutes ago. If you didn't register to watch the live webinar, you can always register on one of our websites so you can see the replay. And remember, we always have live webinars on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And you can watch them any day, or you can always register and catch a replay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, and the for the replays, there's subtitles in any languages. So if you're English now, that's no worries. And for live webinars, they have subtitles available now in 5 languages. So Spanish, French, Vietnamese, Tagalog, and Arabic. Now, if you want to follow us in our Facebook business page, you can follow Florence in Florence Baltazar. So that's how you can find her. And then, Isabel and you can find us here on the screen. And also, if you want to learn how you can earn online, you can just register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar
Yeah.
where you learn, how our business plan works. And also, you can hear testimonials of business owners of our community. On top of that, you get also invited to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success testimonials from members of our community. And Isabel, you want to explain what happened when they register, just so they understand?
Yes, so when you register on our websites, it's only to receive the information, to receive the free webinar. It's free, completely free. You're not committing yourself to anything, you're not getting yourself in anything. It's just for you to learn about the business, learn about this business plan, and see if this is something that will work for you, something that maybe you've been looking for, something that you would like to do. So remember, it's free. You can watch it any day. You can watch the replay any day when you register on our website, or you can watch a live webinar on Tuesdays or Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time or 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you, Isabel. Yes, and we want to say thank you to all our viewers today that watch us. Thank you for all your comments and your emojis. And
Mhm.
for those watching the replays, thank you so much for watching the replays. Let us know on the comments, where you're watching from, so I can show that we are global. And of course, we want to say thank you to our special guest today, Florence, for taking
Thank
some
you.
time of her day, to sharing her story and her journey, with us and the audience. So thank you so much, Florence.
Thank you so much too.
Okay, so until the next episode of the Latin
Latin
Voices.
Voices.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Night.